Welcome to the Hollywood Raw Podcast, Raw Rundown. My name is Adam Glyn. Not with me today is Dax Holt. He is busy celebrating the Jewish holiday. I'm a bad Jew. I ate today. I was supposed to fast, but I said, you know what? I got to give you guys the tea of what's going on in the world of celebrity news. I don't take off. But yeah, no, I probably should. I fasted for like a few hours, and that's all I could do. The weather is too nice. I got stuff I got to do. I need energy. I need carbs. I need protein. That's what I got to do to survive. I had a busy week, if you're wondering. In case you weren't, I'm still going to tell you. I got Shaquille O'Neal this week, and everyone's like, I'm sick of hearing you talk about Shaq. He's the best guy ever. He's so good when it comes to kind of doing stories. So he's doing this event for his gummies, right? He shows up, he does a few interviews with press. He goes in, and there's like this street. It was at this basketball fun house where there's like probably like 15 courts. Obviously, everyone gravitates towards Shaq, hundreds of people there. And he starts watching this pickup basketball game. And there's this famous street baller there. And Shaq's watching this guy, and he's like roughing people up on the basketball court. And he's watching. I guess Shaq only had to be there for like an hour. He's taking photos with a few people, slapping people five, signs a few autographs. It's just complete madness. He does have security around him, but it's like everyone wants Shaq, 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 Shaq. Well, Shaq watches this street baller rough up a bunch of people playing street ball. Finally, like the hour of what he was supposed to be there for sort of wraps up. Shaq says, you know what, give me the ball. And he roughs up the street baller, makes a viral moment, like kind of shoots over the guy, makes everyone go crazy. Everyone jumps up and down around Shaq, and then he leaves. It's like he's so good at like, I give him their moment. I made that viral moment for everyone, and then I just peace. So I got Shaq this week. I saw Jeremy Allen White this week promoting the new Bruce Springsteen movie. I gotta be honest with you, nice guy, not a tall guy, but nice guy. He was out in New York promoting the new Bruce Springsteen movie, which I want to see, but I'm surprised I haven't heard the reviews of it yet, and that's part I'm very curious about. We haven't heard anybody critiquing the movie yet. You'd think of like, I don't know, for something like this, you would start to feel like you'd start to hear the Oscar buzz around the movie performance like this, but you haven't heard of it. I did meet the director of the movie, and I have to say, super nice guy, young guy, but very young guy, and I hope it's good. I hope it's good for Bruce, because Bruce is still alive. He's still with us, fortunately. So I don't want him to be alive during the time they made a shitty movie about him. Like, I love the Bohemian Rhapsody. I love the Queen movie. I did not like the Elton John movie. I don't know why. I don't know if it was not that fun of a story as it could have been, but I just didn't like that. But I did like Bohemian Rhapsody because it was quick. It was fast-paced. It was easy to follow, quick. I thought was it the best movie ever? No. But I am curious how this Bruce Springsteen movie is as a Jersey guy. Actually, there's a few movies coming out that I want to see. I do want to see the new Dwayne Johnson movie, The Rock. I'm just curious why they want to make a movie about this guy, Mark Kerr, the character. So I'm curious why they did it. But Benny Safdie, the director, is an interesting guy. I just think it's a unique film, and I'm curious of why that story was so interesting that they decided to make it into a movie. But yes, Dax is not with me for the Raw Rundown, so I'm going to try to do it by myself. Now, granted, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Dax does this better than me. He is such a good performer and presenter. So I'm going to try to do my best. I got the top 10 stories of the week. How do we pick the top 10 stories of the week? It goes by Google search, goes by data, and lastly, goes by our personal opinions, but ultimately comes down to the data, what you guys are clicking on. Some of these stories you guys clicked on, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't like. I'll probably tell you about one of them, and I'll tell you why I don't like it. But I'm going to try to get through this. I'm doing this actually on a Thursday night, a little bit later than I usually do, but I got to bang this out because I have to do a stand-up show tonight. I'm going to do a few dirty jokes, and I don't know. We'll see how the crowd is tonight, but I don't know if it will be great because the Yankees are playing. There's football playing tonight. So, I don't know how great the crowd is going to be tonight, but they asked me to perform and they paid me $15 and I said, yeah, I'll do the show. So that's it. All right. All right. Let's get right into the Raw Rundown, guys, starting with number 10, NSYNC. Remember NSYNC? Of course you do. If you're a 90s, early 2000s person like myself, I don't know if, depending on what genre, Gen Z, Boomer, whatever you are, NSYNC. It's NSYNC. I was going to say later Menudo, pre One Direction. NSYNC is exploring the possibility of a 30th anniversary arena tour, even if Justin Timberlake doesn't participate. Lance Bass, Joey Fatone, JC Saget, and Chris Kirkpatrick Chris Kirkpatrick are in discussions with promoters who believe the group can sell out multiple shows in major cities. I agree. I think they could still sell out. I don't know about arenas. I think they can, not stadiums. They're not doing giant stadium, but I think arenas they can sell out. An offer for a 2026 stadium tour was extended to all 5 members last August, but Timberlake did not engage even before his Lyme disease diagnosis. The 4 members are hopeful that Timberlake will eventually join for a full-fledged stadium tour. The reunion buzz has been building since their 2023 MTV VMAs appearance and their surprise cameo at Timberlake's LA show in March. Number 9. So this is one of those stories I'm going to tell you. I dislike it because I don't trust these people. But Brooks Nader, the Sports Illustrated model, and if you want to call it It Girl of the Moment, well, she was sort of, if you want to, was rumored to have dated Carlos Alcaraz, the star tennis player, just won the U.S. Open. But the way the news got out, she did not like. So during New York Fashion Week, Brooks hit the red carpet with her sisters. They got this whole Hulu show going on. E! News asked the girls about Brooks' love life, and Grace Ann Nader casually slipped up and said Carlos was basically the man of the hour. And boom, just like that, the secret was out that Brooks was so-and-so hooking up with Carlos Alcaraz. Here's the problem. Brooks never gave Grace permission to confirm anything. Apparently, the other sisters told Grace it was fine to talk, but Brooks was left out of the loop, and she was not happy. So unhappy, in fact, she blocked Grace on social media and stopped talking to her for a while. Yep, that was a family war going on. The tension finally cracked when Brooks appeared on Watch What Happens Live. Andy Cohen asked her point blank about the rumors that she was linked not just to Carlos Alcaraz, but also to the guy Carlos Alcaraz played against in the finals, Jannik Sinner, who was the number 1 tennis player in the world. So I guess, Brooks was allegedly seeing both Carlos and Jannik. Brooks brushed it off with a smooth line saying, "A lady never kisses and tells, especially twice." That's what she said. That was her quote. "A lady never kisses and tells, especially twice." Grace, sitting in the audience, jumped in with a playful comment that helped lighten things up. And just like that, the sisters started to make peace again. Now, Brooks and Grace say they're good, but honestly, it's a perfect example how messy these things get when you get a mix of family, fame, and a little bit of spotlight. But to be honest with you, I just don't trust anything Brooks Nader does. I mean, from when she got period blood on her pants and then all of a sudden gets a tampon or maxi pad deal to the so-and-so report that she was allegedly possibly dating or flirting with Tom Brady, which I talked to people at the Michael Rubin party where that they said that took place. It never took place. She's working it so much. In fact, Brooks, I talked to different paparazzi. They do a lot of setup shots with Brooks Nader. They're not even picking up the phone anymore to work with her anymore, apparently, because she's so difficult to deal with. So, yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, like I said, she is the it girl of the moment. I just don't know how long it's going to last or how much. She's going to have to do some really wild stuff for people to care about, because I just don't think people care about the person who cried wolf. And this is just going in that direction. Listen, she's got a show that they're trying to fight to keep on air on Hulu, the Nader sisters. I just don't. They're trying to make themselves the next Kardashians. I just think they need a different strategy plan. Like, it's just so bad of their way of just trying to keep their name out there. I don't know if I would suggest anything. I would just like to see a different strategy plan, because what they're doing, it doesn't work for me. Now, obviously, it is working for some people because people are clicking on the story. I'm just telling you the story. It's not one of my favorite things. I'm over the Nader sisters. I'm over Brooke. I'm just going to say I'm over the Nader sisters. I'm just over Brooks Nader, just because she's working too hard. And I saw her at an event recently, and I tried to interview her, and she would not talk to me. I was like, I thought you were not working hard for press, like you wanted this stuff, and now you're playing too cool for school. And she wants the attention. Like during Fashion Week, she was sitting outside the Mercer Hotel, Sarciano's Mercer Hotel, just sitting outside in the busiest part of the day, just sitting outside eating with her friends and family. Now, if you're a celebrity, and you don't want the attention. You don't sit there because it's so out there, but she loves the attention, and I'm over it. All right, on to the next one. Number 8. This is surprising. Lori Loughlin and her husband Mossimo Giannulli have separated after nearly 28 years of marriage, according to a statement from Loughlin's representative. The couple's parents and daughters, Olivia Jade and Isabella Rose, are currently living apart but have not initiated any legal divorce proceedings. They married back in 1997. Their separation follows years of public scrutiny after their involvement in the 2019 college admissions scandal, where they were accused of paying $500,000 to secure their daughter's admission to the University of Southern California under false athletic pretensions. Both served prison sentences, Loughlin for 2 months and Giannulli for 5, after pleading guilty to wire and mail fraud in 2020. In 2020, the couple purchased a $9.5 million. Wow, I'm surprised they did that. In 2020, the couple purchased a $9.5 million mansion in Hidden Hills, which they listed for $16.5 million in early 2025. Since her release, Loughlin has gradually returned to television, appearing in several shows and movies. In a 2024 interview, she spoke about forgiveness and resilience, and emphasizing the importance of letting go of negativity and continuing to move forward through life's challenges. Good on her that she's able to get work after the college admissions scandal, because that was a crazy big deal. Now, there's been people probably doing this for years. They were the first celebrities that we knew who got caught doing this, and obviously they paid a pretty hefty price. A lot of embarrassing stuff for the family. Yeah, pretty gnarly, but surprising that these two have gotten separated years after. Seemed like these two have just been through a lot, but somehow they still had that much money. I guess, he had the brand Mossimo. He had a lot of money. Lori Loughlin always did pretty well, but, listen, it's sad. You want people to be happy, and either they're happy or apart. You want them together and happy, but maybe sometimes they're happy or apart. It's just what it is. Number 7, Sean P. Diddy Combs is facing sentencing tomorrow. It's on Friday after being convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. He was acquitted of the more serious charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. In the days leading up to sentencing, Combs attempted last-ditch legal maneuvers, trying to get a new trial or acquittal based on claims to jury prejudice and misconduct. The judge rejected those requests. He stated the prosecution presented overwhelming evidence of guilt, that the arguments about the spillover prejudice basically did not happen. It didn't hold up. The jurors exposed evidence from other accounts and fairly influenced their decisions. None of this stuff held up in court. So the judge is like, sorry, Diddy lawyer, it's not working. The judge did note that the jury's split verdict. The judge noted the jury's split verdict, convicted of some counts, acquitting on others, undermined the claim that the bias spilled over across charges. So Combs faces up to 20 years in prison, 10 years for each count convicted. Prosecutors are recommending about 135 months, just over 11 years in prison, arguing that Combs remains unrepentant. I can't even read the word they said. 50 Cent is having his way on social media, saying there'll be a baby oil shortage if Diddy gets out of jail. The defense have pushed for a much lighter sentence, suggesting that Combs has already been punished through earlier detention, and as extended incarceration would have served no positive purpose. Cassie, who testified during the trial, submitted a letter saying she fears swift retribution by Combs or his associates if he walks free. She stated she's had to move her family and undergo psychological care after ongoing trauma. Now, Diddy, before his sentence, has submitted a heartfelt 4-letter page to the judge, taking full responsibility for his actions and expressing deep remorse for the pain he has caused. In the letter, Diddy acknowledged that his downfall is rooted in selfishness and that he was dead wrong for assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Cassie. He also apologized to another woman who testified against him, stating that he thought he was providing for her, but he now realized he hurt her. I mean, really? You thought you were providing for her as you're hurting her? I don't understand that. Diddy described the past year as the hardest year of his life, attributing his current situation to his own choices. He shared that his time in prison has led to significant personal growth, including achieving sobriety for the first time in 25 years. He expressed a desire to be a better father, son, and community leader and requested mercy for the judge, citing his wish to care for his 84-year-old mother who recently underwent brain surgery. Yeah, if you're listening to this podcast, the sentencing is expected to come out Friday, tomorrow, at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, with prosecutors seeking an 11-year prison term, which Diddy is requesting a sentence closer to 14 months, accounting for the time already served. Wow. I mean, do we meet in the middle somehow there? If we do meet in the middle, we're talking about 9 and change. He's got to be going away for some time. But again, the time he already has served is going to go towards that sentence. All right, number 6, Lionel Richie is the latest celebrity to write a book. And obviously when the celebrities write a book, we take a few excerpts and that becomes the big news story of the week. So the number 6 story of the week, Lionel Richie has opened up about his most turbulent moments in the late 1980s, a confrontation between his then estranged wife, Brenda Harvey, and his girlfriend, Diane Alexander. The fight, which took place at Alexander's home, was so explosive that the police were called. Richie refers to it as the scandal of the century. He talks about a few things in the book, like during Richie learned that he leaned on his mentors like Gregory Peck, Sidney Poitier, and Sammy Davis Jr. as father figures and a source for guidance. Another major revelation is Richie discusses how he became to adopt Nicole Richie. He says he first noticed Nicole as a toddler dancing solo on stage at a Prince concert. Knowing her biological parents were having difficulty, Richie and Brenda stepped in, becoming foster parents and ultimately formally adopting her. He describes Nicole as the light of my life. He also talks about Michael Jackson in the book. He talks about Michael Jackson being very smelly. I thought that was kind of interesting, that Michael Jackson was just a very smelly, dirty guy and he wouldn't wash his clothes. Okay. So, I mean, you know this happens. Every time a celebrity writes a book, maybe about 10,000 people read the book. Everyone else reads a story about it, reads the one article about it and says, okay, I read the book because the article says all the good stuff of the book without having to read the whole book. But I hope when I write my book, you guys read that. So help me out. Support me, not Lionel Richie. He's rich. I'm poor. Let's go. Number 5, Selena Gomez. So at her wedding with Benny Blanco on September 27th, Selena Gomez wore 3 different custom gowns by Ralph Lauren. 3 different gowns. I don't know if you have some stylist there just styling you every time, but the 3rd gown is described as her most voluminous yet shortened of the trio. They kind of go into the outfit. Her first gown was double-faced silk satin dress featuring hand-draped panels, a halter neckline face, and I don't know. Her second gown, worn during the main ceremony, had similar neckline styling, but with more ornamentation. I sound like such a weirdo talking about her dresses. I know nothing about the dresses. The only thing that I guess people are curious about that she had 3 Ralph Lauren dresses. Now, did she pay for them or did Ralph Lauren gift it to her? I don't know, but I'm sure those dresses were very expensive. Benny wore a matching a Ralph Lauren suit. He had a tuxedo that was purple label, French cuffs, satin bow tie, and velvet slippers. Benny Blanco, hands down, I think of all the celebrities out there, has the best fashion. The weird part about this wedding is, yes, it was a pretty big wedding. I mean, Selena Gomez is a big celebrity, but we didn't hear anything about it, probably because all the celebrities there had to sign an NDA there. Everyone had to kind of sign an NDA for this wedding, which is not uncommon. You know, celebrities often want to keep their guest lists, photos, and personal moments private. So how do they give the NDA at a wedding? I don't know. Does everyone have to sign it? Do they walk in with acknowledgement saying, hey, we are not going to do this. If you walk past this line, you got to pretty much keep your mouth shut. I don't know how that part went down. Sometimes luxury designers, florists, or venues request NDAs to avoid leaks about custom designs, exclusive locations, or unique services. So guests sign maybe on the invitation, they need to sign an NDA. I don't know how it works, but it's not uncommon. Like I said, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West reported had NDAs for the wedding in Italy. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck in their 2022 wedding reportedly included NDAs for attendees and vendors. I had a buddy of mine who just trained a celebrity, and before he trained them, he had to sign an NDA. And he was only training them for like a week while the person was traveling in New York. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Number 4, Bad Bunny is this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah, he's set to make history as the Super Bowl this year by delivering the halftime show entirely in Spanish, marking a significant milestone in the NFL's cultural inclusivity. This performance will be the first time a Super Bowl halftime show is conducted entirely in a non-English language. The Puerto Rican superstar set is expected to feature his chart-topping reggaeton and Latin trap hits. I mean, we saw this sort of coming. He's the biggest star in the world. The NFL, which is an American sport, has become a global game. It's a global experience. It's a global event. So, yeah, I think it's only a matter of time until the Super Bowl is played overseas. I could see the Super Bowl in the next 5 years going to be in the UK, start there in London. It's just what's going to happen. I don't think I'll go out to the Super Bowl in London. I mean, maybe I say that now, but I don't know. That's going to be a pricey thing. It seems like so much work. But yeah, I think only a matter of years. I think my prediction is in the next 5 years, there'll be a Super Bowl in the UK. And then what they might do is a Super Bowl overseas or in another country once a decade, just to make it exciting. Again, they're trying to grow the sport globally. It's a business at the end of the day. That's what it is. I know some people are pissed about Bad Bunny, about the halftime show being solely in Spanish. I understand their side. I understand they don't want to see that. But I also understand the business of it as well. So it comes down to money. Number 3. Now, this is a story I don't really want to get into. I'm going to tell you about it. I don't want to get into more because I don't want to play into these people just trying to stay relevant. Cardi B, which she doesn't need to stay relevant, and Nicki Minaj, she doesn't really need to stay relevant. Okay, maybe I should take this all back. They're just feuding with each other. This is just what you do. It happened in male rappers for a long time. It's what kept them relevant. It's what happens in that genre. Now female rappers are battling with each other. Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have reignited their long-standing feud after nearly a decade of tension. It's been going on for so long. I mean, Nicki Minaj is always hating. The latest clash began when Nicki mocked Cardi B's new album, Am I Drama, on social media, insinuating that the Cardi has inflated her sales to achieve a double platinum certification. Nicki also mocked Cardi's track Magnet and made disparaging comments about her appearance and pregnancy. In response, Cardi fired back with a series of scathing messages calling out Nicki's comments and referencing personal matters, including Nicki's brother's conviction. Cardi expressed surprise at Nicki's post, stating that she was simply enjoying her day when the comments appeared. This exchange has once again placed the two artists at the center of public scrutiny, highlighting the ongoing tension between them. I mean, Nicki on social media is just kind of attacking people. We haven't heard from Nicki Minaj in a long time, but Cardi B's the biggest person at the moment and biggest female rapper at the moment. I wouldn't say star because she's not Brenda Taylor, but obviously the biggest female rapper at the moment. Just did a Global Citizen. Nicki Minaj has to take shots at the new queen if she wants to be if she's the best. And this is not going to end anytime soon. But I think the way it ends is these two will do a collab together of some sorts. Just what it will. Number 2, we finally got the confirmation we needed. Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun have confirmed the relationship, stepping out publicly on September 30th, 2025, holding hands after visiting some gallery in Los Angeles. The couple then had a private dinner with Sweeney, exiting through a back entrance to avoid photographers. A source told People that two have a lot in common, and neither of them cares what others think. Sweeney's friends and family are reportedly really happy about the relationship, noting that it's a relief to see her genuinely happy. The couple was first linked back at Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding. There was reports that that Scooter was infatuated with Sydney. He was just obsessed with her. And, she recently ended her engagement to Jonathan Davino at that time. They've been spending time together, but we just saw the first photos of them holding hands. So, yeah, they're having fun together. I don't think it's anything serious, but they're definitely enjoying each other's company. And we'll see where this goes. But he's very wealthy. He's very powerful. He knows a lot of people. And she is the it star of the moment. I'm sorry, Brooks Nader. It's Sydney Sweeney. She moves the needle. The number 1 story this week, I did not see this coming. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban have officially ended their 19-year marriage. Kidman filed for divorce in Nashville, citing irreconcilable differences. The couple have been living separately since early summer, with Urban establishing his own residence. Their last public appearance together occurred in June at a soccer match in Nashville. just days before the 19th anniversary. In the divorce filing, Kidman requested primary custody of their 2 daughters with a parenting plan granting her 306 days per year with the children, and Urban with 59 days. Both parties waived spousal and child support obligations and each retained their own assets, suggesting a prenup was in place. Sources close to the couple indicate that the split was a long time coming, with personal career paths diverging over the years. Kidman has been focusing on her acting career, while Keith Urban, he's on tour. He's on tour a lot, so who knows if Nicole Kidman will stay in Nashville because she's not with this guy anymore. Following the separation, rumors have surfaced that Urban's involvement with a younger woman, fueling speculation about the reasons behind the divorce. However, neither Kidman nor Urban have publicly commented on the situation. Kidman has been seen in public since the filing, appearing composed and focused on her family. She was photographed hiking with her sister in Nashville shortly after the news broke up. Keith is on tour. He's changing some song lyrics that he had about Nicole to generic music lyrics. But yeah, I mean, I thought they were together for a long time. They were together. Listen, a 19-year marriage. Do you consider a successful marriage for 19 years? I don't know what he defines as successful marriage, because maybe a successful marriage is defined by going to death. But again, they were together for a long time. They seem pretty happy. I didn't know that they're kind of separated by any means. I've always saw them connect at the hip whenever they were together. He's got interesting hair. She's Nicole Kidman. But yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, just like you talk about Lori Loughlin, you want them to be happy. If they're not happy together, you want them happy separate. So, but surprising news. Maybe, it would be a great story if Nicole Kidman ends up back with Tom Cruise. How crazy would that be if Nicole Kidman ended back with Tom Cruise? That would be the biggest Hollywood story of the past 10 years. In fact, if Nicole Kidman really wants to shake up Hollywood and get it back to when it was like fun and crazy and wild, go back to Tom Cruise. That would be amazing. All right, I got to do a gig. I gotta go on. I go on stage in 45 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Follow me at Adam Glyn. Follow Dax Holt at Dax Holt. He'll be back next week. Check out our private Facebook group, Off the Record. It's a fun community. We all talk to each other. And let me know if you saw the new Rock movie, if you saw the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Let me know if you got into the movie theaters and saw a good movie recently, because I'm due to go to the movie theater. Check out our private Facebook group, Off the Record. I'll see you guys next week.
Guys, hope you liked that video. We got a lot more where that came from.
Hit that bell, like, subscribe, share with a friend. The best you do to support us is really doing that. And we really need the money because we need hair gel.